Hi guys, so today I'm going to do a little bit of a different message. This is a message that I had asked to give to somebody about something their guides are trying to tell them. Guide or guides, whether this be your inner self, whether you resonate with a certain type of guides, or if you resonate with angels or spirit or whatever that means for you. So, the first card I have is Potential. Now, this card I pulled, it was from the Liminal Forrest Oracle, and I wanted it to be something so that somebody who, maybe if you do know who your guides are, this would be somebody that you would, or an entity or an energy or an aspect that you would understand. So there is potential here. So perhaps this is from your higher self. If you look in the card, there is a pile of apples that, the crow is going over and looking at the seeds as, potential, something that is growing. This could also be something like maybe somebody from your past or a past life, or something where maybe it's an ancestor, something where the seed has potential, right? This is kind of where I'm getting that idea. So if that resonates with you, or maybe the animals in the card, there are a couple different symbols in there. It doesn't have to be, but I thought this was pretty interesting because I have a section over there which I say as potential. So my first card, which is the Magician, this represents who this message is for. So, and I love how, this is like Nikola Tesla, not that Tesla, but is represented as the Magician. I think that's awesome because this is somebody who can use the resources around them and their inner knowledge at their disposal to create their own reality, to build beautiful things, or create beautiful realities. So somebody is in that type of energy right now, whether you know it or not. So whether you resonate with that right now, maybe you have kind of felt that that's where you're at right now, this is who this message is for. And if you're not understanding that, understand that at this moment, you have that ability to create your own reality. We all kind of do. But in this aspect, this is kind of like, I feel we're being told to mention that, don't speak negative things about yourself. Don't doubt either. Because when you doubt, a lot of times that's what you do, is you kind of put that out there. You thwart, I don't know why that word came out, but you kind of halt that potential that you have and the momentum by giving yourself those negative thoughts. Or if it's about somebody else or a situation, when you speak negative things out there, or you believe negative things without proof, or looking at things from the worst possibility, all you do is you stop yourself before you start. So my second card, which is the High Priestess, this is the card that represents how are these messages or message coming to you? How is your guide or your guides trying to reach to you? How is whatever you feel guided by, whether that be your higher self or your inner self, or your angels, ancestors, what have you? How is that coming to you? So we have the High Priestess, and that, right away, it speaks to me as intuition, but it also can be inner knowledge. You might be somebody who has a deep understanding of things. Maybe you like to kind of contemplate things, or intellect things. I don't know if that's a word. Maybe you're somebody who likes to study about things, or kind of observe. Maybe you're a people watcher. Or maybe you're somebody who's just very perceptive of your reality and the reality around you. Maybe you're able to kind of gather those clues. And that, in its sense, can be a message as well. Sometimes things happen and we're kind of that was kind of odd. You know what I mean? Or you get an understanding of something. That's a message. To me, that's a message. It could also be, because the High Priestess, especially with the moon, I feel like it also can be dreams. Maybe you're somebody who's dreaming a lot, or you have a lot of dreams and they're kind of funky, or they leave you with a question, or you're able to kind of remember them the next day, or something from that dream triggers you. So I feel like that's how this person, whoever this resonates with, is getting these messages or this message. And so for my third card, I kind of asked, what is kind of like the underlying why, or why is your guides or your inner self trying to give you this message, right? So kind of like the foundation, like why does this message need to come to you, right? So we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands to me, that means happiness and connections. It can mean family life. It can mean celebration with other people. It can be marriage, but it can also be harmony. Harmony is a big one with this one. And I also feel like with the Four of Wands, this is definitely somebody who has the qualities of an uplifter. Whenever you're in a room, everybody around you lights up, right? You bring up the mood. Not to say that like we don't have our bad days, or, you know, sometimes you got to lay down the law, but at the same time, I feel like this is somebody who enjoys being the other side of that. Somebody who enjoys positive conversation or celebrating with others. You like to see people smile. And a lot of times you like to be the reason why those people smile, and not for selfish reasons. This is somebody who has a huge understanding of their heart chakra and who knows what it is to truly love and be loved. And then my fourth card, I asked what kind of qualities or what kind of energy does this person bring? And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is somebody who is not afraid to do the hard work, right? This is somebody who is able to be stable and have goals. And sometimes it can also be somebody who is not afraid to kind of be the little guy, right? You're not afraid to kind of take a step back and let other people shine. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. So I feel like this is also saying, as far as your stability goes, this is somebody who has done the work to kind of, build your stability. I'm leaving that one in. Your stability, and you kind of want that for everyone else. And if you look at her, she's standing in a garden, right? So a garden kind of represents like, the allness, the Garden of Eden, like, the paradise from within. So I feel like this is somebody who's willing to do the work to create that garden, right? To have that paradise from within. And this is somebody who is doing that in a way where you want others to kind of reap the benefits as well. So again, definitely an uplifter. And so on the bottom, what I did is I tried it, you can't really tell, but like the three bottom cards, what I tried to do is put them in between to kind of see how it relates. So with you being the Magician and the way that your guides are speaking to you through the High Priestess, your ability to perceive things in your surroundings, the ability to be the observer, the message that you're getting from your surroundings and situations and the things that you're in, and also the dreams you might be having, or the intuitions or the downloads that you might be getting. So the Ten of Pentacles, what I wanted to do was I wanted to see in that spot being the fifth one, this is how the reason why, and this is another reason why I feel like this might be some like an ancestor type thing too, with the High Priestess being how you're getting your messages, and you being the Magician, this is part of your legacy. So I feel like that's what this card is saying, is this message is a message about your legacy. And so then we go to the sixth card, which is the Chariot, and this is what the message actually is. I apologize. So that's combining, we're going into a flow. I apologize. I'm trying to do a little bit different things. I'll try and maybe clean it up for next time. But being the Chariot as what the actual message is, straight coming from the legacy card for me, or your this is what you are kind of passing on and what you're leaving and what your great life work is. I feel like this is saying that you are on the right path and to stay on your path. So I feel like your guides are trying to guide you in that path, and they're trying to tell you to listen to your intuition, listen to your dreams, listen to that inner knowing, because this is all coming, from some deep lineage, deep path that you have. And this is really because you are this great uplifter. You are this person who really is worthy of great things. Not that there's, something that says that you're good, you get good things, and you're bad, you get bad things. But this is saying that, somebody with such a pure heart, you really do deserve to have this beautiful legacy that you're working on. And so the Fool card, that kind of represents the advice. And I feel like definitely with all of these things, it's saying to kind of release. How she is kind of just like standing there and she's just letting things happen, right? She's going with the flow. And I feel like that's what we're being asked to do. I know we're always being asked to do that, but it's so true. It's release the expectations, follow that inner guidance, and allow your life and allow spirit and your ancestors and your guides to kind of guide you in this direction, because you are on the right path. And I feel like if you are this person, you know this, you deeply know this. So drop the doubt, right? Have that beginner mindset. And this card also kind of goes with the arrow card too, which is kind of cool. I'll get to that in a second. And we have Crystal Angel Oracle with Malachite. And this says prosperity. There's a positive shift in your flow of divine support. And I feel like if you are resonating with this message, you definitely understand that and you know that. And I also feel like that's kind of advice too. Know that you have this guidance and that it is, whether you believe in it being something outside of yourself or something inside of yourself, I feel like whoever you are, you understand that it is guidance, and that sometimes we don't trust that. And I feel like that's a lot of our downfalls. So we really need to trust that. And just kind of know. That sounds odd to say that, but what I'm saying is just know. Take that moment, observe on the inside, and just know, right? And then we have my last card, which is the, I don't know why I put it over there, but I did. We have the Mystical Shaman Oracle, which is number 3 with arrow. And arrow represents, just like the Fool, releasing that need to know the end and that that doubt, right? Because when you have an archer, I can't say that word, but when you have somebody who is shooting arrows, when they hit their target is because they are in alignment with what they're doing. But they're also not rigid, they're relaxed. They are completely relaxed, because you cannot hit your target if you are stiff and worried about it, right? If you have that anxiety or your movements are not loose enough. So an archer is in alignment, and that's what this card talked about, is right now you are in alignment for your goal. Something is shifting in the background and it is allowing you to flow, and it needs you to flow. So I hope that meant something for somebody today. Sorry about my little mixed up message as far as like where I put the placements of the cards. I'm playing with things, so hopefully I can kind of do some different things, and I might kind of look around and see what kind of things I want to do. So again, I hope this resonated with somebody, and please, if you like this, share, subscribe, however you feel. Check out my Buy Me a Coffee. I have some other things on there. There's 2 events that I am trying to figure out and plan for October, where you can buy a spot, and around Halloween we can tell spooky stories.